Bienvenidos a parte 2 del capítulo 6. Okay, so welcome to part 2 here. So let's continue here. We're talking right now about the past, the preterite tense of regular verbs. 3 other verbs, creer, leer, and oír, have spelling changes in the preterite. The I of the verb endings of creer, leer, and oír carries an accent in the yo, tú, nosotros, and vosotros forms and changes to y in the usted, él, ella, and ustedes, ellos, ellas forms. This is not as confusing as it seems. Let's look over this. Creer. In the yo form, I will say, yo creí, tú creíste, usted or él or ella creó. So we see here now that we're going to put a Y in here, which this is something strange we haven't seen before. Okay, so the reason we put this Y in here, okay, is because if we have the other way that only other way that we could write this would be C-R-E-I-O. And with that I being in here, okay, it's not nearly strong enough of a vowel to create, it would just be it'd be a very strange sound. So it would be creo, right? So we have here the creyó in Spanish is the Y is much stronger than the I sound is, okay? So we have here creyó, creímos. Again with the Y, creyeron, creyeron. We have that strong sound coming from the Y, okay, to complete the word, okay? So let's look at leer here. Same thing. We have leí, leíste, leyó, leímos, leyeron. Okay. And again with oír, oí, oíste, oyó, oímos, oyeron. Okay. So just bear in mind, the only thing that is changing on here is we have accents on almost every conjugation except for the last one. And we're inserting a Y in the third person singular and the third person plural. Words commonly used with a preterite. Okay, here we see words that we commonly use with a preterite, and these are just words like last night, yesterday, the day before, already. Okay, so we have here anoche, antier, ayer, de repente, desde or hasta, pasado, pasada, el año pasado, la semana pasada, una vez, dos veces, ya. Por ejemplo, ayer llegué a Santiago de Cuba. Anoche oí un ruido extraño. Okay? And see, these are words that are just going to, when we're looking at context of when we're using the preterite, we see these are context. These are definite context clues. And they're also meant, just like we use them in English, yesterday, I went to the bank. Okay? Yesterday, or 3 days ago, last night, I went on a date with my girlfriend. Okay. Okay. Parte 2, talking about the past, preterite of ir and ser. Okay, so you can see this pretty clearly on page 201, la página 201. The verbs ir and ser share the same verb conjugation in the preterite past tense in Spanish. So this could be either very simple, make things much more simple for you as a language learner, or maybe even more confusing because you're like, oh, when am I going to use ser? When do I use ir? And the answer is always depends on the context in which you are going to use or are going to see these verbs in the preterite tense. And the conjugation here is yo fui, tú fuiste, él or ella fue, nosotros fuimos, ellos or ustedes fueron. So when I say that we use this verb in the same conjugation, but in different contexts based on ir, which is to go, and ser, which is to be. So here, Ernesto fue a la tienda ayer. He went to the store yesterday. Él fue vendedor en esa tienda por 2 años. So he was, okay, a salesman in that store for 2 years. Okay, so that's the best thing to remember about this is that they share a conjugation in the past tense, but they're used clearly, they're going to be used in totally different contexts. And it's important to pay attention to this context to know which one it's using. Is it using ser? Is it referring to ir? Ok, muchas gracias. Este es la parte final de la parte 2. Muchas gracias and adiós. Adiós, nos vemos.